You're gotta blow a job interview as fast as you can. What do you do?
Show up unwashed and disheveled and drinking from an open bottle. Piss on the fern in the reception area.
Show up with my mom and have her answer all the questions for me. Edit, holy cow, thanks for all the awards. My most popular Reddit comment ever.
Did this years ago. I drank a Coke quickly to settle my stomach before a big interview for a dream job. Right as introductions are being made and I am shaking the CEO's hand, I don't say nice to meet you. I instead let out the loudest, nastiest belch ever formed by my digestive tract. Epic echo in the hallway, too. No way to recover, I just turned around silently and left. Never heard from them again.
Say meow at the end of each sentence.
Many years ago, I went through a mass hiring session. 1,500 people showed up. There was a brief screening interview, and then applicants would move on to the second interview, based on that first interview. I was passed on to the second round and was sitting waiting my turn. Behind me was a curtain, and on the other side was someone doing the first interviews. Interviewer asked a guy about his last job and why he left. He said, "You gotta understand I sweat. I mean, I sweat a lot." I was a waiter, and I would bring a plate of food to someone and drip into their dinner. They didn't like that. Without hesitation, the interviewer called out, "Next."
Dress up as the original Agent Smith. I get bonus points to start talking in his manner. I also refer to the interviewer as Mr. Anderson and be as condescending as possible.
I'd appear with my well-loved plushie and let it do the interview for me.
Enter the room caterpillar crawling in a blanket.
I show up without an interpreter.
How close are we to a school zone exactly?
Showing up to interview with a pet parrot on your shoulder does not blow the interview. My wife worked for a popular online shoe retailer that starts with a Z and interviewed a guy who showed up like this. She gave him the job, because who wouldn't want to work with a dude that would show up to an interview with a bird on their shoulder?
Say that you think the company is dumb and you're only there because your mother made you. More effective the older you are.
Don't worry, I'm in anger management.
Sit down, reach into my backpack and pop open a beer.
Scratch your ass, then go for the handshake.
Ask for the Wi-Fi pass as the first thing.
Just don't show up. Edit, this is how I would bomb a job interview because I'd be too anxious to do anything more drastic, lol. Yes, nowadays, they'd probably reach out to reschedule or something. This is also the least effort, but if you're collecting unemployment, it could be used against you, who knows?
I'm sorry I'm late, I had some trouble getting rid of my ankle monitor.
Ask about the sexual harassment policy.
Be myself. That has a proven track record.
So what exactly is the drug test able to detect?
Show up drinking a beer and when the interviewer brings it up apologetically say, "Oh, sorry bud, how rude of me." And proceed to pull another warm beer out of my purse and toss it to them.
Light a cigarette.
I got headhunted by DHS a long while back. They wanted me to work in IT, something to do with port security. I had no intention of taking the job, so I started off by saying that I could not possibly work for Homeland Security because I don't have a mustache. He then started talking about ports, and I was inspired by The Wire to ask about what happens if I were to stumble across a container filled with Russian girls. I asked him if it was as many as you can fit in your car kind of thing.
Ask salary range and then say that's it?
I'd wear my Star Trek uniform.
Start talking about how Hitler was just misunderstood.
It'd be really funny if I got this job. Totally not because I would commit arson or anything, but it'd be really funny.
Union.
I once got down to a final interview with a big TV company, and blew it because they asked me what I thought of their Saturday night schedule. Then I proceeded to dissect everything they aired and why it was basically mindless garbage for idiots. The interview didn't last long after that. Basically, the fastest way to fuck up an interview is be honest.